Welcome. Today, we're going to open up a stack of packs from the 91 NHL Series 2 Pro Set Platinum, the last stack in this box. I wonder if that means anything. Have we saved the best for last? Have we pulled the good ones? We're going to find out. Here we've got our podium, where the best card and player goes until or if there is a better one. So there is one standing at the end. When we find a good card, they'll get the horn. So let's start opening up and see what we've got. And this series had some really nice full color photographs, like full in terms of there were no borders. So it was edge to edge color photos. So some pretty cool ones and some fun inserts as well. We got some celebrity captains like Mr. Rogers, the Karate Kid, and some great players like Sergi Federov, Pavel Bure. So let's see what we've got coming up. First, we have Pat Falloon of the Sharks. All right, Susan St. James, our first celebrity captain of the Hartford Whalers. That's cool. We'll keep the captains together. And Gaetan Boucher, another celebrity captain. It seems as if when we do get the captains, they're kind of grouped together. Once we even pulled 3 captains back to back. So I'd be curious to find out how the packing pattern went for those inserts. And most cards will be generally common in value, around $1 as a singles, but anything that has more significant value, we'll kind of call that out as we go, so you can learn a little bit along the way. Maybe you've got some valuable cards in your collection. Teppo Niemann, Winnipeg Jets. Kirk McLean, really cool shot. Right on there, and a cool front one. It's a nice card. Kay Whitmore of the Hartford Whalers. Vyacheslav Fetisov of the New Jersey Devils. And Brian Proff of the Minnesota North Stars. Some cool teams that used to be around that have switched up a little bit. And like the Whalers and great players are timeless. Okay, that one's going to be a little tough to pull for some reason. And let's see what we've got here. There we go. Got it. All right. Ralph Macchio, celebrity captain of the New York Islanders. There we go. This card in a PSA 10 could be worth around $60 or so. So what we'll do is we will tuck him into a sleeve and then check out later if it may be worthy of submitting for grading, depending on how it looks. But we'll do that as its own step. But for right now, the Karate Kid himself, he's going to take our podium spot and definitely be our first great pull of the day. And we're moving on to Craig Billington, New Jersey Devils. I believe he was there a little right before the Brodeur era began. Kevin Todd, another New Jersey Devils player, back to back. Artis Irbe, San Jose Sharks, really good goalie. Nice photo. I think that's his rookie card as well. All right, Sergei Fedorov. There we go. We're hitting him now. Solid pack. This card in a PSA 10 could be worth around $30 or so. And so it might be worth checking into. Or maybe not, like if it's a 9, it's, not nearly worth as much. So, but either way, for now, we will definitely put him in a sleeve and a great pull as we go through this pack. Jim Peck, Pittsburgh Penguins, and Randy Wood of the Buffalo Sabres. Uwe Krupp, New York Islanders. Mikhail Tatarinov of the Quebec Nordiques. John Cullen, Hartford Whalers. And Marty McSorley of the LA Kings, and there's one more behind there. John Ogrodnik of the New York Rangers. All right, next pack. That was a good pull right there we got. Sergi and Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid. Now we're already starting great. Brett Hull, St. Louis Blues. I don't think there's a huge amount of value in this particular card, but it's always great to see Brett Hull. Followed up by his teammate, Paul Cavallini, also of the Blues. And we got Larry King, celebrity captain of the Capitals, popular talk show host. We'll put him with our celebrities. Dave Manson, Edmonton Oilers. Vladimir Konstantinov, platinum prospect on the Red Wings. It's a cool card. We got Randy Burge of the Washington Capitals. Bob Carpenter, Boston Bruins. And Dale Hunter, also of the Capitals. Larry Murphy, Pittsburgh Penguins. Alexei Gusarov of the Quebec Nordiques. Wayne Presley, San Jose Sharks. And Ulf Dahlen of the Minnesota North Stars. Pretty good. I think we're moving along quite nicely. We have the Karate Kid standing tall on our podium. Let's see if anyone can topple him. He knows a lot of moves, though, so he's not a hockey player, but he is a player of the arts. Troy Murray, Winnipeg Jets. And all right, wait. Oh, there's a lot of good stuff coming. Darian Shannon, Winnipeg Jets, 2 Jets in a row. And then Fred Rogers. We have Mr. Rogers himself. And this card, beyond being Mr. Rogers, which is awesome, in a PSA 10 could be worth around $170. So definitely a cool pull, one worth putting into a sleeve and then checking out how good it looks. And obviously not a lot of things get 10s. And let's see what we've got. And I have to get better at putting things into sleeves. I should probably just show you how I'm doing it. You can give me advice. But for now, I got the angle here. And here we go. Fred Rogers is our new podium captain, maybe, or new podium leader. Let's see. For now, we'll leave. Actually, yeah. I think Fred is overtaking the Karate Kid. He is now our new podium champ. All right, Boston Cummings, another celebrity captain. John LeClaire. Cool black and white background there. All right, Dominik Hasek. Cool card there. He, obviously a great goalie. It's his prospect card, I think his rookie year. And this could be worth around $30 or so as a PSA 10. So we will tuck him into a sleeve. And I think I'm getting the hang of it now. I'm getting a little quicker. There we go. So cool pull there on the Dominik Hasek. And we got Ray Shepard. And Jeff Bukaboom. Ron Francis. Peter Stastny. Corey Millen. And interesting, some of these feel thicker than they are, almost like 2 are stuck together. And then Darian Hatcher. All right, good pulls there, really good ones. We're heating up. Let's see who we've got in here. I try to always be careful on the corners because, so you do pull a Mr. Rogers card, but because I'm jamming up the pack to get it out, the corner gets bent and now that card is worth 10 cents. So, Tony Amonte. Chris Terreri. Marv Albert, celebrity captain of the New York Rangers. So we're getting some really cool captain pulls. Claude Beauvin of the Flyers. Nicklas Lidstrom, all right. There we go. This one could be worth around $20 as a PSA 10. So we'll just put him aside for now into a sleeve and check things out later. Obviously, grading can cost more than $20 just to get it graded, so it could be a loss. But maybe if they run a special or something, and you can kind of get a bunch of cards like that in there cheap. Gord Murphy, Boston Bruins. Eric Desjardins of the Canadiens. Mike Bullard of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Adam Graves of the New York Rangers. Really solid team. Claude Lemieux of the Devils. The rivals, of course, of the Rangers. Neil Wilkinson, San Jose Sharks. And Peter Ahola of the LA Kings. Next up, let's see. Uh-oh, that was definitely a hard pull. Let's hope I didn't mess anything up too much. Brian Trottier, cool, the PC 19. So that's a cool card. I'll have to check into that. So the PCs, there was 1 through 10 in Series 1 and 11 through 20 in Series 2. And I do know one of his cards, the 216, is worth around 20 in a PSA 10, but I'm not sure about this one, the PC 19 version. So, or not even version, it's a different card. But we'll put that aside and check out what's going on there. Jim Belushi, celebrity captain of the Chicago Blackhawks. Great pull. Let's take a look at that one. Welcome to the show, Jim. Always good to see him around. And Ray Bourque, another great player to always see around. Brent Ashton, Boston Bruins. Rick Hansen, celebrity captain. Now we're getting into some. Jacques Cloutier, Quebec Nordiques. Stéphane Lebeau, the Canadiens. Whoa, that's definitely stuck together. There we go. Cliff Ronning, Vancouver Canucks. Mike Craig of the Minnesota North Stars. Doug Gilmour of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Steve Corzoid of the Hartford Whalers. Brent Sutter, Chicago Blackhawks. And Dean Evison of the Sharks. All right, 3-pack check. 3 to go. We'll start our countdown with pack number 3. And there's got to be a good way to open these consistently. I feel like I had it, and then when I think I do, it changes. So let's try. Got the most room up here. There we go. I think that's the trick. Get the most room as you can. You know, the cards will be pushed down to one side, and then kind of peel it up across, and then down like this. So we'll try that in the next pack and see if it holds up. Mikael Anderson. Bob Assessna of the Winnipeg Jets. Claude Vilgrain of the New Jersey Devils. Kevin Haller, Buffalo Sabres. Terry Karkner of the Philadelphia Flyers. There's the color separation in the black and white. Robert Richel of the Flames. Tom Fergus of the Canucks. Brian Benning of the LA Kings. Neil Broughton, Minnesota North Stars. And Garth Butcher, St. Louis Blues. Alexei Kazantanov, New Jersey Devils. And Michael Goulet, Chicago Blackhawks. And we got Mr. Rogers up there, still watching over the show, still our podium champ. Can anybody unseat him? And actually, here's our pack test, and that does work. Getting that one end pulled, and then it comes apart real easy. So now we know, and maybe it's helpful to you. Curtis Joseph. We got our Wales Conference. Brian Leach. And Terry O'Reilly, celebrity captain of the Boston Bruins. Nelson Emerson, the Blues. Craig Pizlowski, Nordiques. Brian Noonan of the Blackhawks. Gary Lehman of the Flames. Bob Kudelski of the Kings. Bob Erie of the Penguins. It's double Bobs. Do we have a triple Bob? We got Murray Craven of the Whalers. And Valerie Zelepukin of the New Jersey Devils. Last pack. Mr. Rogers is looking real strong. Let's see if we can get let's go Pavel Bure. We haven't seen him in a little bit. And so maybe this pack opening doesn't work as well as I thought. Maybe I didn't pull the 3 things aside well enough. Let's try it on this side if it's still possible. So, pull it in, pull the 3, and then this comes apart. Yep. So if you do it right, it should work. Derek King, New York Islanders. You can see the corners up here are a little, wow, yeah. So even in the pack, how some of these were sitting, you can see how like some of these corners are bent in and these corners are bent in there. So it must have slid in the pack, and then the ones that are obviously higher up took all the brunt of whatever force hit them. So Derek King, Mike Richter, Luciano Barato, Jerke Lume, Randy Hillier, Kevin Miller of the Redwings, Kalle Johansson of the Capitals, Mike Donnelly of the LA Kings. We have Steve Thomas of the New York Islanders. Action shot there. I think that's Kirk McLean of the Canucks, the goalie back there. Doug Waite, New York Rangers. And Pat LaFontaine of the Sabres. And lastly, we've got Mark Bergevin of the Hartford Whalers. So overall, really good pulls. Let's take our podium champ. We have Mr. Rogers, and around him a few other good ones. We have Lidstrom. We have Hasek. We have Ralph Macchio of the Karate Kid. And we have Sergei Federov right down there. Let's see what we've got. So some great pulls. We'll put these in the middle right here and everyone else around them. So overall, I think we had some quiet packs and a few surprises in there. Always love to see the celebrity captains. So hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. And there you have it. Until next time.